Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch. And oh my Lord, we're on time, folks.
Oh my God. Did hell freeze over?
The universe, there is a crack in the universe.
Hey, Team Canada's coming back. We're going on time.
We're going important.
That's hilarious. So yeah, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching this from. So yeah, good to have you guys back as we jump into all of tonight's Slammiversary related news, preview, all that kind of stuff. Remember, smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications.
And we can also highlight some people that before the show even started did some super chats here. And let's thank Tracy with the $5 super chat. Have a great review. Goodbye and good night. Bang. And then
too kind.
Courtney with
Thanks, Courtney.
Thanks, Courtney.
Enjoy camping.
And let's give them a little taste of the coach.
Little taste.
Impact Wrestling.
I know that's someone else's gimmick, but that's okay.
Oh, and thank you for the bits, Rayline. Team Twitch.
Yes, Rayline always holding down the Twitch. Thank you much, brother. Appreciate it. A few other names that we don't see in here too much lately, so that's great to see. Some are in the chats, post show, or catching the rerun or whatever. So yeah, great to see you all here. This is a big weekend. This kind of feels like it crept up on us. Am I the only one that feels that?
No.
It has. It seems like a lot of the monthly specials have come quicker, so it feels like everything's kind of quicker with all those live shows. So there's a lot in between, and to get kind of all the storylines going, it is moving fast.
Yeah,
facts.
And we
want to listen to Ferris Bueller. Gotta take time. Look around.
Yeah, right. And we want to wish one of our darling listeners out there, Courtney, says it's her birthday tomorrow. So wish you a happy early birthday from the crew here.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Hope you have an amazing birthday weekend.
So it's exciting. And she's camping too, so that's got to be super dope. Fun way to celebrate your birthday.
Not a bad way to do it at all, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk. Should we talk a little news first?
Yeah. Why not, J-Bone? The people want it. The people deserve it. Let's give them what they want. And we're not talking Al Snow. We're talking J-Bone's news.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, the one, the only J-Bone and his news. We really just talk about Team Canada.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
No, I don't mean to upset the apple cart right away. We're gonna get to the Team Canada, stuff in just a little.
That's what we call burying the lead in the business. I like.
Yeah, we're gonna bury the lead. Well, we're saving the big for last, But I wanted to start out with this because I know there's some people talking about it out there, and said that there might be some other surprises at Slammiversary, as there have been several years past.
Cool.
There is a new free agent out there, folks. Not sure how many people actually saw this, but someone someone's AEW contract was not renewed.
Uh-huh.
And this certain gentleman, I've met personally, great kid, tremendous up-and-comer. I think he would be an absolutely perfect fit. A perfect fit. He wears a lot of cat shirts, just like his dad used to. Mr. Brian Pillman Jr. is a free agent, folks. Any
Great
thoughts
news.
on this?
Cool.
Just thinking where the right fit would be. I guess that would be the because obviously, depending on where you saw him, if it goes back to MLW, so yeah, you're going X Division. Now, once again, he's not your typical X Division wrestler. Now, not as much like the old man, unless he started doing more crazy things in AEW than I was aware of. But like MLW, he did more of like the loose cannon-esque gimmick. He did more of what a Varsity Blondes gimmick, I guess, down in AEW. But he definitely. He's a talented guy. The New Heart Foundation with Davey Boy, who I have a feeling could also be available in the near future. Might not be a bad angle, especially if you go with maybe a Heart Foundation type gimmick.
Minus Ted.
Well, hey, we're talking Team Canada. That's a former captain you're talking about right there.
I know, but there's
no, that would be tough currently. But hey, you never know. You never know. We thought the same thing not too long ago about other people that have returned. So
this is true.
You never know what's going to happen. And then there's still even with like if Davey Boy at some point. I don't know what's going on with the former Dallas of TNA fame. You might know him under a different name down south, but Killer Elite Squad. That's right. Although now it's a full piece because I saw him at the 2300 Arena, and I still remember the crowd killing him years ago for when he just had the lower back tattoo. They were giving him a certain term that they were chanting at him, but now he has a full piece. So improvement. I'll call it.
Right. He's always had some kind of ink on there, and some of it may have not been exactly well placed depending on what you're into. But you're talking about
Lance Archer.
Lance Archer. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to throw TNA references the whole time, J-Bones. So
there you go.
You got to pick up what I'm putting down.
He's
only Dallas to me.
He'll always be Dallas, right? He is the Dallas to one Kid
Cash.
Kid Cash.
You were
thank
on
you.
there.
I almost said Billy Kidman. Damn it! I could picture
that would have been incorrect.
That's a little off. there. Folks in the chat, by all means, let us know what you think of the possibility of one Brian Pillman Jr. joining the roster. I think a perfect way to slip him into Slammiversary would be to throw him. You know what? Throw him in the deep end. Throw him in the deep end, and I mean that in the most loving way. Put him in the Ultimate X as an oh my god, who is this? Like a late entrant. I think that'd be absolutely sick. And
I'm sure the timing might be off. I mean, maybe we'll see him down the road, but I doubt it'll be so soon.
Well, and I have no idea. Are you talking about just in case there's some kind of like he has to wait once this contract expires? One of those.
No, I'm just saying the timing seems weird. That didn't they just announce that they departed yesterday? He would have to be in tight with somebody to get worked into the plans of the most the upcoming thing. It just seems a little.
All it takes is a phone call.
Okay.
Speaking of phone calls, J-Bone.
Get on the plane, kid.
Stop everything. He's available.
We know Scott D'Amore has been talking on the phone.
Is he Canadian?
Well, he was.
I was going to say, if he is, then maybe he's a shoo-in, but I don't know. We're getting too deep into fantasy booking here.
I assume he's a Cincinnati kid, but not sure.
Oh, yeah, totally. Through and through. Yeah.
So any more news?
I wanted to talk about Brian Pillman Jr., but I know Bill wants to talk about something else, and I'll let Bill lead this next bit of discussion.
Well, I could talk about other news, J-Bone.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, sky's blue.
Well, there was. No, just they did have the start of the titanium ticket holder benefits today for Impact Wrestling Slammiversary, and there was a Zoom meeting at 6:30 Eastern today, hosted by the one and only Dr. Ross, and it featured Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards, and they were delightful as always. Sami made sure to say, "Go watch Callihan Uncensored on the Ultimate Insider's YouTube." Obviously, after this review, of course. So definitely check that out. And there were plenty of people here, like Billy from the Discord. They were on there asking some questions to Sami and Eddie, and Missy, who goes to a lot of the shows. So very cool. Just before the big event, some very cool perks. Like, these are the things you can get from Impact Wrestling. You don't see other companies do things like this. So just some cool things going on in the world of Impact Wrestling. But now to get to the big news, J-Bone. The news we've been talking about on the Total Nonstop Impact podcast for quite some time.
It's happening live right now. The headline that is going to be across all of podcasting, wrestling podcasting news is Alicia's cat bears ass live on the show.
Whoa, that's news.
One of them's always going to do it. Say hi, cute. Everyone's used to seeing Valentino, but it's you tonight, huh?
We try to keep it family friendly, but we don't promise anything, do we? Do we, Alicia?
Hey, she does what she wants.
The only news that can be bigger than such a scandal like that,
sorry, Bill,
is the return, the long-awaited return. I've been talking about it for a while. I've been mocked by the chat. They never believe me. They say it ain't happening. What are you thinking, Bill? This will never happen. It looks like we're finally getting it. We get the infamous after bumper end credit scene, the post-credit scene from Impact Wrestling tonight, featuring the one and only Coach Scott D'Amore on the phone, seemingly confirming PCO, who is not human, cannot return from the battery acid and fire incident of last week. So he needs somebody to fill in, and he's on the phone, and somebody he asks on the phone to return from the dead. And we get the nice pan to a chair with what? Team Canada. Proudly shown, J-Bone. What did that look like? I feel like I have an image in my head.
I'll tell you exactly what that looked like. Let me.
Wait, you're touching everything. Stop, Cass.
So chat, start saying, what do you think? Who is this going to be? Is it a name I mentioned a few weeks ago and I was scoffed at because he seemingly was under contract to another company? And J-Bone, why would people say such a thing? that this person who has not been seen since his grisly exit from Impact Wrestling is at another company, it's because it was spouted by your favorite outlet and a few other people picked up on it, but we like to call that a little something different around here. And it's not anything that resembles real wrestling news. It's a little.
For that fake wrestling news. Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
All right, so this is the best I can do right now. This is what the ending scene was right there.
Oh, the
Team
Canada
Canada.
jacket.
Yeah, and then the coach, of course, quickly snatches it up. So you had a second to look at it, and that's if you missed it, you missed it. Guess what? We got it.
Oh yeah.
It's exciting. If that's the direction they're going and we're going to get a certain someone back, I think that's exciting.
And it makes a lot of sense because,
Finally.
I guess this news also, J-Bone, we didn't want to bury the lead any longer.
Yeah.
But on Busted Open, it was revealed earlier this week who Bully Ray's partner was going to be. Because we did not know that. And it wound up being one Diener who took over the design and was behind this grisly action of Eric Young. So is it showtime? Eric Young returning home, J-Bone.
Some heroes don't wear capes, Bill. And Alicia. Go ahead, Alicia.
Let me throw into this a little bit.
Okay.
So if it's Team Canada and we're getting a little Eric Young, Coach Scott D'Amore, who else would be part of this? Could we be getting returning Josh Alexander?
It would make a lot of sense. I don't know if he's ready for it yet, but he could definitely be in a new expanded for a Team Canada. Because that's what. Well, every time I bring up Team Canada, you have to have, obviously, the coach. You got to have a forefather, like an Eric Young.
Yeah.
But you could also have new members. And there's a lot of Canadian members. Josh Alexander would be a perfect addition. I would think a knockout would be a great addition. A Canadian knockout to Team Impact, to Team Canada. You can really do some things with Team Canada going forward. And I feel we had the aces and eights tease. We didn't get the payoff. I don't think they're doing it again.
Well, if I had to
forward
pick,
again, shame on me.
if I had to pick, I would say I would prefer Team Canada. Can you please?
Well,
stop?
and Team Canada, I think, was going to happen. And I
needed to.
I'll bring up, it might be a sore subject for some. There was a tease with a phone call for Team Canada a few years ago. Some people remember this.
Yeah, vaguely.
But it involved somebody then that storyline got dropped. But I think that's where they were going. And that was with a new member. It would have been a new member of a Team Canada. So I think that's where you'll see this go. But there has to be an original member. And I do see some names in there. Obviously, I'm wearing his jersey right now. Bobby Roode would be fantastic, but I know he's injured and he's still under contract. So that no go there. But they're, again, not really as much in TNA. It's more the WCW. But we do know Elix Skipper was recently at those Atlanta tapings, and he looked in phenomenal shape. So I would be thrilled to see him return at some point. And then everyone, even though he has no connection at all, is always going to say Monty Brown because he's in Michigan and they're right across the border there. So I know everyone's going to want Monty Brown to come back. So just to get ahead of it.
Yeah. So there's some thoughts on the possibilities. I think the main one that we're all thinking about is what it's going to end up being, but by all means, it's not set in stone. We're not reading tea leaves. We don't know nothing. We don't work for Impact Wrestling. I just want to repeat that again for those of you who might be, just Oh yeah, like my wife says, out of your fucking mind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's well put, babe. Thank you.
Fair assessment.
Yeah, because I know you're out there. I'm looking right at you. We see the stuff online every week, and we get a kick out of it. So by all means, keep posting your little schniblets of insanity. We love you. Thanks for still watching the show. All right, we continue. There's
they got deep fried schniblets around you, J-Bo?
Those are the best.
What are they?
Is
it real?
I
fell for it. Sorry, I'm like, is this a thing?
I figured it was some form of cheese curd, but
it's a Wisconsin German thing.
It's like deep fried butter or something.
Goes back generations upon generations upon generations. The recipe for the deep fried schniblets. No, I'm kidding. I'm full of shit. I'm just being silly. Sounded gross, right?
Sounded kind of gross.
I tell you what, man, nothing beats a great family party. Hey, who brought the schniblets casserole?
Whoa. We got a rat.
You okay?
Wow.
Oh, we got another one.
That was yours.
Yeah, for once. Hey, bud.
That was some great timing. Great timing. Cat's like, I'm going to pass on the schniblets. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we jump into tonight's episode, and then we'll run down the final card for what it is right now.
Well, I don't know, man. It's only 16 minutes into the show. You sure you don't want to extend the news for another half hour?
Does it look like I give a damn?
Yeah, well, that's his opinion. Notice we never got rid of him. It's just because he's just iconic.
He's there.
And when he goes back, he'll still be there. There we go. All right. So we dive into tonight's Impact Wrestling, hailing from still in Hotlanta, Bill?
Hotland. Center stage.
There we go. Chris Bay versus a Zachary Wentz. Now, I thought the stipulation was if Zachary Wentz wins, they get a slot in.
That was the backstage agreement pretty much between ABC and the Rascals.
Oh, so between the two teams, they said okay, but it wasn't okayed in.
It wasn't sanctioned by anybody.
Okay, it wasn't.
Which we find out later was a little disclaimer, which is, I'll say, our good friend Santino tends to do this often, where he reverts decisions later. That's kind of his thing.
Not
very professional.
He's the most professional badge wearing. I don't know.
Wrong gimmick.
Right. We'll get to him later. What'd you guys think of?
I'm rooting for Ace and Bay in this.
What?
I'm rooting for Ace and Bay in this, whatever this rivalry might be.
Oh.
And the Rascals are cheater pumpkin eaters.
Oh. Cheater, pumpkin eaters.
And once they get the win through shenanigans.
So I blinked.
Very mature.
What was the?
He got hit in the throat.
Rascals.
They got hit in the
Those
throat
little
with
rascals.
the spray can.
Oh, okay.
And I saw that Bay put on social media that he's going to get revenge by attacking him with spray tan. Little spray tan shot at Zach Wentz.
Nice. Yeah, he is extra tan, isn't he?
Glowing.
Bill, can you confirm whether that looked real or not, that tan of Zachary's? Did you get close enough to him?
He looked.
Check the
he
pits.
looked like
Did he look like a ghost in the pale moonlight?
I don't know if he looked like a ghost in the pale.
I'm just. Isn't that a lyric? I don't know. I feel like it would be.
It almost sounds like the Jack Nicholson Joker line.
It is.
Oh, maybe. God.
Dance with
Tim
the
Burton.
The pale moonlight.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Right. Well,
but
close enough.
No respect for the man that made Thursday what it is.
The ultimate finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, Chris Bay.
Chris Bay? Like a question? Bay?
Bay? All day?
I just think Ace and Bay are the coolest in this.
They've really proven themselves. They are.
They're Bullet Club. They're legit. It's in stone. I don't know. I can't change the facts here.
It is. So Zachary Wentz wins, but then after when they go to Santino Marella, he's chilling with the coach in the backstage area there. The Rascals are informed that they are not in the match at Slammiversary.
Well,
Whatever will they be doing?
interfering?
Could they possibly
Ruining the parade for everyone else?
Could they take out a team and insert themselves in the match by more shenanigans?
I mean, it's Impact. We've seen crazier.
No.
You don't say.
So the match, I'm just quick running down the thing here. It's okay. So the tag match is ABC versus Moose and Myers versus Swann and Callihan. Swann and Callihan and Subculture. Now, honestly, I can't picture any of these teams just going bye-bye. If there was some kind of shenanigans, but I don't know.
Maybe they'll just find some way to get into the match.
It could be.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see them on the show at some point. In some way.
Or the they show up as the conquistadors.
Maybe it'll be on commentary. You never know.
Or they'll be in the fallout and face whoever wins. I don't know. They're going to be doing something, All right. Next, we got Kevin Knight versus Speedball Mike Bailey in an Ultimate X preview match. Thoughts on
both these? I was just going to ask really quick. So both these guys are in this match, right?
Yes.
The Ultimate X match that's coming up.
The Ultimate X match is Speedball Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, Kushida, Kevin Knight, and Alan Angels.
I thought this was good. I'm not as familiar with Kevin Knight. So it was a good little showcase. I like that they put that Ultimate X showcase on that. Just to kind of introduce the players of this interesting little match we're gonna have.
Now, I can't do this match justice. I gotta let the one and only X Division champion give his opinion.
I love this match!
This was, if you heard any fallout from the tapings, I believe like Lance Storm, I think maybe even David Penzer. I know a lot of people were saying, wait for this match because it's a show stealer match.
Oh, absolutely.
And it did not disappoint. These guys had a great match. Like every time I see Kevin Knight, I'm more and more impressed by him. Hope to get to see him more often. Like still, when Bay put the cutter on him on the ring apron a while back, that was just sick. And the air he gets, like when he goes out of the ring, like he almost like hits people in the front row when he like kind of jumps out of the ring. So crazy athleticism, which hey, for an Ultimate X, that's what you want to see. So that should be a hell of a match.
He's standing in place. He can jump up to the top rope, just boom. And there's not a lot of guys that can just do that. I mean, there's a few, but how Kevin Knight does it, he just makes it look flawless, like he's been doing it for like a decade. So, I mean, I don't know what's up with his New Japan contract, but if he ever wants to go someplace else, damn.
Hey, yeah. And especially Atlanta, another Atlanta guy. And let's just give some credit right now.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd here, nuts. Like they're going nuts at during these tapings, and especially tonight. If it wasn't evident tonight how much that crowd was into this, it just very good job by the Atlanta crowd. Obviously, Impact putting on the product to get them going, but definitely a good connection with the Atlanta crowd. That almost makes me even more surprised. I was surprised then, and I'm even more surprised that they didn't announce a return. I'm sure it's just logistics being figured out, but I'd be shocked if they're not there sometime, like within a year from now, like sometime spring through summer of next year, them being back at center stage. I got to imagine they'll have that return.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they're consistently filling it, it's definitely going to be a hot spot for them. Yeah, there you go. So Speedball Mike Bailey gets the win here in an amazing preview match of Saturday's Ultimate X match. Folks in the chat, throw your thoughts in there as well. Who do you think might win the Ultimate X? Who's your pick? As we
and just a little news segue here, J-Bone, because I saw it was announced today. There's a little news, but Thursday, August 8th, it was announced today because I had already bought tickets for a minor league baseball game, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, the AAA affiliate of our Philadelphia Phillies, has wrestling night on that day. And when I wrestling night, it isn't just like a former like wrestling legend doing autographs. They actually, before the show, set up a ring in like the concourse and have matches.
That's cool.
Nice.
One of the local bad guys, Big Dan Champion. Shout out to Big Dan. One of my favorite the perfect indie bad guy. He's a big like bodybuilder guy, and he just like does big moves and yells Big Dan, like he'll give it. But he announced somebody else that will be on this show. And how about this? Impact Wrestling Zone, Speedball Mike Bailey will be wrestling at the ballpark that night. Nice. So hey, I'll be there. That's
exciting.
Kids getting around.
Will be there. But Speedball Mike Bailey doing a little work in the ballpark, which
there you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
What night is this?
Thursday, I believe I believe August 8th is that Thursday, or unless it's the 4th. Hold on, just double checking the date.
How is Bailey going to do both?
That's a heads up.
Is he going to pull a Rick Rude?
Well, that's what every wrestler aspires to be, J-Bud.
Yeah. Gary Rossetti says Angels is winning it. Bonkers says Kushida or Gresham. Okay.
Oh, so everybody all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any one guy that's really standing out the most. They all have their own talents. They all bring something different. That's a great thing.
Thursday, August 3rd. I missed.
Nice.
I
might
was
have
looking
to
at
go
it
to
very
that if I
small.
can
The
get.
it was a 3.
I might have to go to that if I can get out of work in time.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
I love that stadium too. It's fun to just see a Iron Pigs game. So
get some corn on a stick.
some aw shucks, dude. I have the powder in my cabinet in my spice rack.
Get some all shucks corn. Watch some wrestling. That's
some Cania's pudding. Yep.
Corn.
That's a nice
stick. Sounds like
There's just roasted corn on the.
Russo's booking this. Corn on a stick.
Right. All right. Next, we got a promo of Masha and Killer Kelly getting awfully cozy with this sharing the chain bit. And they are going after the Coven. They will be facing them. I believe it's on the pre-show. I think it's on the pre-show. Don't quote me.
I'm confirming what's on the pre-show as you talk, J-Bone. If it has a YouTube logo, it's on the pre-show.
This Saturday. Okay, so Joe Hendry's match with Kenny King.
Yeah. That's on the pre-show.
Because I could have sworn the Knockouts tag team match was too.
It has been in the past, but not this time.
No,
it's a different match. It's the multi-person match.
It's Death Dolls and Jody Threat versus Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Jay Vidal. That's what the other preview.
They have a name, J-Bone.
What?
Yeah, you almost got it there. What is the Shawtaraj?
Shawtaraj?
Yeah.
And that's her version of I don't know.
J-Bo's figured out, but Daniel Spencer in the chat. The referee.
Mr. Spencer, how you doing?
Calling it right down the middle.
He was tonight. Absolutely. Quite the busy night for Daniel Spencer. I'm sure he's packing for Slammiversary. Where is Slammiversary again?
Windsor, St. Clair College at the big arena at the Sportsplex.
Now that should be interesting. Like I hear some people sometimes talk about like number of tickets sold. I'll be very curious to see how many tickets they sold for that.
It's definitely a big venue. Like it's a multi-thousand seat venue. So I'm sure it'll be loud.
Okay.
So far, Windsor's never disappointed.
There we go. Barry says terrible faction name. Yeah, I agree. All right. But yeah, Masha and Killer Kelly.
What'd you think about this segment here, J-Bud?
I loved it. I mean, it's a little it feels Bill, it feels naughty. You know, I'm creeping.
Feel a little naughty over there, J-Bone?
Yeah, because these ladies are getting cozy with the chains, you know.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah. Like a young bone would have.
Well, they're pushing the edge, man. That's their Impact's not afraid to push some boundaries a little bit. But that's there you go. It gets people talking. Nothing wrong with that.
It does. It absolutely does. No, I'm here for it. I was saying that for a while that if these two, squash their beef and have their great was it dog collar match, whatever they had, that they would absolutely destroy the women's division. Now, I would have liked to seen them go through a couple other knockouts, and that doesn't have to be like a full-blown feud, just a few more matches together, just for the sake of seeing it.
Yeah.
Before they reach the tag champs. But hey, that's fine. However they do it, it's like last week, Daniel Spencer here says, who would want to pretend to be Dave Penzer? I don't know, but he's out there. I have an idea.
I don't know. Does Daniel Spencer get the J-Bone gun after that? That's a little bit of a bird.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Oh man. So hopefully no impastas tonight. Next we got Joe Hendry in the ring talking about Stripper Kenny.
Kenny.
Man, why?
Even Tom Haddington throwing some shade at Stripper Kenny.
And why? But why throw shade at him for?
We don't shade strippers in this neck of the woods. You understand?
Right. Yeah. Or that's. I give anybody credit who could, spin out.
They're all just jealous. That's not what they all do. But they're all just jealous.
Right. I have no ass in the game whatsoever.
See, Kenny needs to come back, and he needs to go back at him and just be prideful about it and be
Magic
like,
Kenny.
You're hating. You're hating.
Joe Hendry, you're so awesome, but you're afraid to do it yourself.
Ooh, there you go. Turn the tables, Kenny.
Yeah.
You hate you're dribbling the haterade there, Hendry.
If Kenny King shows up in a bow tie and his shorts, and a towel and whatever, and just like whips the snot out of Joe Hendry, I'm here for it all day. I'll be like, hell yeah. I'm not going to start a take it off chant by any means. That's a little weird.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have David Penzer in the chat responding to Daniel Spencer.
Oh, here we go. Says even my wife, when I told her the story, thought it was Spencer.
That's great.
Would Daniel Spencer be a part of such shenanigans? I think that's actually really funny.
He did teach Ziggy Dice everything he knows about being a ref.
That's that's a loaded discussion for another time. So are we creeping up on a possible do we need to call Santino and tell them to book a Penzer versus Spencer match at Slammiversary?
I gotta save it for lockdown.
Hashtag book it. Nah, the fans want it right now. Soon as Stripper Kenny's done, boom, Penzer gets in the ring. Spencer, get your ass out here. Daniel Spencer comes out on the stage. What?
See, it's the wrestling business. Just ribbon.
Until it's not. I've seen plenty of Dark Side of the Ring episodes. I know how this works.
J-Bone.
I'm kidding. So it was you. See, it's happening live right here.
It's unfolding. This is like a mystery.
Oh God.
It's not.
The mystery.
I guess it's going to continue. It wasn't Spencer.
We're gonna have them both call in live and just start, All right. So we got Joe Hendry. I can't even continue with a straight face. With Yuya Uemura versus Sheldon Jeans, as they say, and Kenny King. And Kenny King leaves his partner. He's so frustrated with all the stripper talk and whatnot. He leaves his partner, his protege, if you will.
Don't let him tear you down, Kenny.
They're still going at it in the chat.
Well, Kenny, what was he going to do, J-Bone? The crowd was getting on poor Kenny, and we don't support that here at the TNI show.
No.
So he felt he couldn't take off his hoodie, so he was wrestling in a hoodie to his detriment. Then Joe Hendry pulls it off when he didn't want to take it off. He did not consent to that hoodie being pulled off. So once that was off, he had to go. He had to get out of there.
He wasn't comfortable.
He had to go to a safe space.
I don't want to deep dive this too much because it's going to get weird, but yeah, it's poor Kenny.
Where's Dango when you want to get weird?
Well, yeah, well, that's
he was on BTI.
I missed that. How did that go?
Well, Santino was on commentary, and Dango said some unkind things about his daughter. And Santino was not happy with that son of a gun. So he was going after him. So we know there's a little bit of there's going to be that resolution at the Fallout show.
That's disgusting.
It is very disgusting. But I am a self-proclaimed Dango fan. He's doing fantastic work right now. My highlight of last week's show was his promo.
Yeah. He's a really good talker.
He is. And it's strange hearing it because we've heard the raspy, goofy security / dancer for years, and now it's like, whoa, where who is this? It's
well, I saw a little bit of that because that was the Dirty Dango gimmick in the short-lived Control Your Narrative.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of bringing more of that out, but still a different dimension than what it was there. But I'm enjoying it. But we'll see. I have a feeling the crowd will be not on Dango's side up in Windsor, Ontario.
Yeah. Was there any Iceman intel? Because I didn't catch that either.
You know what? I missed, if there was, I did miss the Iceman's intel. I saw the match there. I did not, because that Zoom meeting was brought up right till BTI. It ended right before BTI started, so I missed part of BTI.
Okay.
After
anybody in the chat who caught the Iceman intel, by all means, drop us a few words.
But we know last week, Iceman intel, he was hinting at some possible return, or a possible debut in the company.
Surprises.
So, surprises. All right.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Armin in the chat says it was about how no one knows who Scott's partner is going to be. Nobody knows whose partner is going to be.
But now we have a little more insight to it after the end of the show. So,
yeah, we have ideas. Which might not
Speculations. Well, you know, we're wrong a lot, so.
What?
He's been making calls. That's what the Iceman does.
He's been calling hotels, limo companies, and no one's giving him any information.
You need information.
The Iceman intel is slow to come.
His sources aren't coming through.
Oh, poor Iceman. Job's on the line. I'm kidding. All right. No, we love Iceman. Keep it up. Keep up the hard work. Let's see here. So yeah, Joe Hendry and Yuya Uemura do win the tag match, if I did mention that. Next, we got Lio Rush promo talking about coming after Sabin and how he's going to become the X Division champion. He just had an interview, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to listen to it or watch it before the show. I was going to try to squeeze it in between shows because it's only like 14 minutes long. But if you go to the WrestleZone YouTube channel or their social media, I'm sure you could find the link for it. And it talks about Lio Rush being a free agent and joining Impact Wrestling and how they are a perfect fit for what he wants to accomplish right now. So
Always
that's
good
very
to hear positive comments like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, it also kind of answers some questions because with the multiverse New Japan show coming up sooner rather than later in Bill's neck of the woods, I thought that Lio Rush was just going to be, say, on loan from New Japan for a while leading up to that. But he's claiming he was a free agent. So I was personally surprised. I thought he was killing it in New Japan. So, but
I think knowing the recent history of Lio Rush, that doesn't shock me that he's not working under a contract. He's probably just doing handshake deals, sort of like Cardona was doing, like agreed upon dates. He doesn't want to be stuck, I don't think, in probably a contract.
Yeah.
He's killing it wherever he's going. So, hey, props to Scott D'Amore and whoever else got him to sign, pen to paper for however long it is. We appreciate it because we love Lio Rush here.
Yeah, no. Hey, and we're working a storyline, multiple tapings, take it. When you can get talent to show up and obviously with, as you mentioned, the multiverse coming up, you got to start getting some New Japan storylines going. So I got to figure in the fall out here because that show's not far away at this point.
No. Yeah. I know Tanahashi's been floating around the States still, so I'm sure he's going to be showing up somewhere in there. Let's see. Next, we got Gia Miller with Chris Sabin for the retort for what Lio Rush was saying. His promo, a la Slammiversary. So, but yeah, I'm loving how this like really did kind of come out of nowhere. I know I've been, here's that word again. I've been critical of how some people just, jump into the company, skip people in line, so to speak, and just get an opportunity.
You sound like Chris Sabin.
But I love Lio Rush. So there's times when I can absolutely.
So if you like the guy, you're okay with it,
right? Right.
Bias the house.
Yeah. So I mean, some people would call that two-faced, but
appreciate the honesty, J-Pop.
I've been a fan of Leo's for a long time. So, but yeah, it also depends on how it all happens. This feels sudden, but he just kind of like flowed into the, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's too soon?
I think the X division, because there's no limits, I think you can, if you want to call a hot shot your way into the X division, because a lot of times, well, remember, there was a long time where the X division number one contender was one 3-way match. That winner got a title shot. So it's really not that crazy for Leo to get, like, if you're saying world title, that's a different story. Because like a Macklin had to wait quite a long time to get his shot. So there's much more.
There's exceptions to the rules, I suppose.
Yeah, the X
division, it does happen.
The digital media title, I don't think, like, I wouldn't call out people getting early opportunities at those belts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, we got Moose and Myers versus Swann and Callihan. Also, a preview to what we're going to see in this, I guess you could say, fatal 4-way of tag teams at Slammiversary.
Yeah, and just a little tidbit, J-Bone, from that titanium ticket holder Zoom call earlier when Sami was talking about this match. And he's like, a lot of people might think him and Rich Swann, they've only been tagging a few times on Impact Wrestling, and they don't maybe have what it takes because they're not familiar with each other. But anybody that knows more about these guys they know each other very well. And they were a tag team from the ages of like 19 to 23 on the indies. So these guys have a lot of experience together. So even though they did not come out on top for shenanigans tonight, I wouldn't put it past them.
There's that word again.
There tends to be some shenanigans. I would say do not look past this OVE version of Sami and Rich Swann.
Oh, no,
because he even pointed out if Rich Swann finally gets that elusive, because he wasn't able to do a Willie Mack, and I think a lot of us thought the Soldiers could have gotten it at some point. If he gets that tag title, he's a Triple Crown winner.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a Triple Crown winner in a while. So it'd be great to see another Triple Crown winner.
Great.
Mayor's keeping track of all the shenanigans in this episode. And if you're counting the shenanigans that's happening in the chat, there's even more.
Always shenanigans.
Elisa, what'd you think of Moose and
I like this match. I thought there was an interesting play about in where Callihan and Swann worked beautifully together, but every turn Moose and Myers seemed to just cut them down. You know what I mean? And fuck up the flow. I like this match a lot. A lot of fun people in it. So yeah, I thought that it was good. Good, interesting match chemistry.
Yeah. And for those keeping track of the old custom action figs that I've been posting online, in fact, they're right over here. Give me 2 seconds.
A J-Bone original.
Feel like Jeff Dunham. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
so we got a finished Callihan. God, that light is horrible. I ordered the shirt and the pants to like complete the. So he's complete. He also has a jacket that he wears a la Seth Rollins, which actually fits perfectly.
Wait, you DIY'd that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like there's people out there that are super good that they sculpt a whole head and do that. This is for those who caught the conversation before. Excuse me. This is actually, there's parts and parts and parts. The body is Larry Zbyszko. The hands are, I believe, Seth Rollins because he's got a gloved hand. And the head is Lars Sullivan. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with it? Because honestly, of all the people in wrestling recently and over the last few years, the closest like head sculpt that you could just plop on someone looks like Callihan. So I'm like, well, that's what we're doing. So, but now, you're stuck with the rest of a body of Lars Sullivan. And what do? Well,
What'd you do with it, J-Bud?
You make a Steve Macklin because he's a big beefy badass. And that is with the skull. It's this is not giving it its due.
Yeah,
but, you see the skull makeup on there.
Face paint.
Hey, I do. I like the look of that, J-Bone.
And he's got the red shirt he's been wearing lately, a la Blacksmith, and he's got some camo pants on because he's military, and he's got the boots. So there you go. So, but speaking of Moose, was the segue into this. The next one is going to be Moose, and I just ordered a Moose. It was actually like a scanned head that I'm having delivered to me. It was one of one, so it's not like a big bunch of produced heads.
I've noticed there's a lot of random heads for sale.
Yeah. No shenanigans.
People are into that.
It's a lucrative business.
We got a big super sticker, $20 from Bell's Boy. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ibushi's in AEW. Hollywood is now on strike. Hammerstone's no longer MLW champ. And Slammiversary, as well as Omega versus Vikingo for the AAA title at Triple Mania 31 and Tijuana are both Saturday. A lot going on.
Wait a minute. All right, I'm a big fan of Hammerstone. Okay,
I was there.
You were okay. So you were there. This happened in Philly. They've been really rocking Philly.
Yeah, and it was live, so it's not a spoiler.
So I didn't catch any of the news. I didn't catch any clips. Nothing. Who beat Hammerstone?
Well, there was a long push for this wrestler, and they kind of did a good job of Alex Kane, who was kind of like he had the whole group, like Boombaye, where he won with the middleweight title, he won the Battle Riot, and now obviously he won the world title from Hammerstone. But and this was something because like when it first. Like, I'm not sure who was going to win going into it, but I'm there. Dave's next to me. He's like, yeah, Hammerstone's win. I'm like, I don't know. This crowd seems really behind the number one contender. And it was, I've seen this happen before. And this is where even if Hammerstone was going to win, you got an audible. Because that was a nearly 100% crowd supporting the challenger, where Hammerstone was actually getting heel heat. And then at one point during the match, he kind of leaned into it a little bit because the crowd wanted no part of Hammerstone that night.
Wow.
There was like a random, like maybe 5 to 7% of the crowd at best behind Hammerstone.
Yeah, and I'd be that guy because I don't even have a clue,
Oh yeah, there was a handful, but you could hear each cheer for him from individual people. That's how little there was. So that's when you know you got to make a change.
that is interesting. That really is. Because I thought Hammerstone was like the cat's meow in that.
Well, he was the champion for a while, but the only guy that's been able to be champion and not have the crowd turn on him there for the most part is Fatu, who was in the news last week.
Yeah.
Let's just say he was not affected by booking. Because because he's still probably their more over guys. But that does, I guess, bring up because Hammerstone did have a cup of coffee in Impact a handful of years ago.
In Vegas.
I think some people are like, yeah, could he possibly be on his way out there? I think with MLW, that could always happen, where someone might not stick around. But I don't know. He definitely has the look, Hammerstone. So.
Oh, an amazing look. Yeah. He's an absolute throwback to like the old classic bodybuilders. He's got tees out there with like Hogan gimmick stuff on.
When he won the title, he was pretty much doing a whole Hogan knockoff. Like he was even using the colors and everything.
Hell yeah. I'm here for it. Great stuff. All right. Back on track though.
Do you want me to take you off track while you're thinking there for a moment, J-Bone?
Oh, no.
Off the rails.
In history, just because it's news, but it's also got a little TNA history to it.
Oh.
It was announced the main event for NWA, Billy Corgan, next big event, world title match. The infamous Tyrus, the world champion, defending against EC3.
Oh,
I hope EC3 wins.
Finally.
Who's currently the national champion, but I guess even though I don't think that was a stipulation, he's the national champion there, but he's sort of cashing it in to go for the main title.
Oh, okay.
So he might have that 10 pounds of gold.
And
speaking of EC3, he's starting another promotion out of Ohio in August.
Really?
Something a little more traditional?
So
it's more like it's going to be like some of the same thing, but not like the whole control your narrative. But I'll say there's still some similarities, but a lot of it's like a student show. Like students are going to be part of a thing and like they'll be picked out, put on the show with a handful of veterans. But I don't think they're going as hardcore as they were like early with the control your narrative and all the rules and all that stuff. Like no Canadian destroyers.
Yeah, someone in the chat saying that Vampiro is also part of NWA now. That blew my mind when I heard about that. I was like, "What?"
I've never seen NWA.
I'll put it this way: I do like NWA. I do not like the fact that they have, so and so is their current champ. That is not a draw for me whatsoever. If EC3 does win, I'd be very curious to watch again because it was
like when Cardona was their champion. Like they'll definitely get some more.
That was certainly
interest.
Turning some heads.
Yeah.
So I.
And speaking of, that was the other big news from that night. Cardona is going to be showing up in MLW. He was drafted to MLW.
Oh my!
From where?
That's not the first time either.
Yeah. I think he did a brief spell.
Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. I'm thinking of when he was in Evolve.
Oh yeah.
I think we should talk about Impact again.
I'm sorry.
I was just getting J-Bone out of his notes over there.
No, I don't know what I'm talking about. What is this?
Well,
where did we leave off?
The subculture
Mania,
promo,
brother.
Oh.
I think you mentioned the subculture promo, and then we got Alan Angel's promo.
Yes, yeah, that was short and sweet. The subculture promo. Then we got Angels promo, which looks like he's Alan Angels again.
I'm a Celestial.
Yeah, that's right. He's a Celestial, J-Bud.
All right, so Alicia got a kick out of that.
The way you whispered it, I'm a Celestial.
Would someone like you know what? I'm
like an angel with sleeping on his tongue.
I'm gonna Google this live. Here we go. What is an celestial?
An angel. It's a heavenly being.
Oh, no, it didn't accept my... Okay.
I think
we're gonna,
you put in what is a Cinnabon.
No, it didn't accept me yet. So, all right, we're for like the third time now. It's just repeating what I got, and it's just hilarious. All right, we're gonna try this one last time.
I thought we were friends.
Celestial. Here we go. All right, so it's an adjective positioned in or relating to the sky or outer space as observed in astronomy. A celestial body. There you go. So what is he saying? Wait.
Are we going to make some jokes right now?
So that's pretty much what an angel is. So there, he was just kind of defining
the second
himself.
Definition is belonging to or relating to heaven, the celestial city. Angels, hello.
So it's a babyface move. There we go. So.
You know what? This is a better thing for him than the design. I thought it was always a peculiar choice to put him in with that group, but this is fine.
Yeah. I mean, as a start, I was okay. You know, you got some misfits, throw Khan in there, throw Angels in there. That's fine. But now, obviously, the company's changing. You know, Slammiversary is a great time for some some things to change. Bring back some people. You get some surprises. You change up some factions here and there. Break some up. Build some new ones. Hey. It's wrestling, right? So yeah, and it's also promoting the Ultimate X. I'm very excited to see what he can do in that. Nick Aldis promo talking about how he is going to win the Impact World title from Alex Shelley. Yeah.
Now, both earlier on that Zoom call, Dr. Ross had asked the opinion of certain matches to Sami and Eddie, and they both were thinking that Nick Aldis was going to come out on top here.
I don't like that.
I like you, Shelley, better.
I'll give Aldis this. At least when he's out there, babyface or heel, he does bring an air of class and, being a veteran in the business. He's come a long way. Okay.
Well, in that video or whatever, didn't they say he's like approved by Harley Race and people like that? So he's just one of those legacy style wrestlers where he seems from a different era, to be fair.
In a sense, yeah.
I mean, he's a great wrestler. You can't take that away from him by any means. I am just not the targeted demographic.
Right. He's not everyone's cup of tea. I can appreciate him, but
he's no freak Rob Terry.
And he's no Alex Shelley. That's for damn sure. Main event time, and then of course I'm laughing at the chat. Yeah, and then we'll just breeze over what we talked about at the top of the show with the final scene of the show itself. We got the Knockouts World Title match. Deonna Purrazzo,
the Open Challenge.
Open Challenge. This was interesting. I'm like, who are they gonna get?
Not since the days of the champ.
Right. So we got versus Jody Threat,
the undefeated.
She's undefeated, and it was also going to be interesting to see because we've seen her in a handful of matches, give or take, whatever. She's undefeated. Now you put her in some serious, some serious match.
Give her some serious competition, bro.
Yeah.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Hackettstown.
Purrazzo. Yeah, I was just in Hackettstown. That's where I got my tooth ripped out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The land of the Purrazzo.
The land of the Purrazzo, Hackettstown. Well, me and Stefan used to live there, so.
Wait.
Do they have big banners of Deonna all around town?
No.
They should.
Was it Britt Baker who removed your tooth?
No. Does she work in Hackettstown, Chivo?
I don't know.
Seems like she doesn't.
No.
She's a Pittsburgh person.
Unless Britt Baker is a male. It isn't who ripped out my tooth.
I had to keep it, wrestling related.
I was just at the dentist myself the other day. For a little bit. A little deep cleaning.
Well, yeah. And I also quit smoking because of it.
Hey!
Cold turkey.
Hey, bravo.
No cravings, nothing. We're 2 days in. Let's see how this goes.
Hey,
but I will fuck someone up. I'm just saying. I'm a little on edge. I'm a little.
If you ever need any tips, Alicia, I've been smoke free for over 10 years now. Don't be afraid to ask for some tips. All right.
I won't. I will. I will. Yes, I will probably ask. So far, so good though. I'm not craving, and I was a heavy smoker, so
yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, and what you're doing is smart too, especially when you got issues with your teeth. You don't want to.
Yeah, it's like that. Health. It's $10 a pack. Not even worth it. Ugh, I could be going on vacation with that money.
There you go. There you go. Well, good luck to you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
May the force be with me.
Yes. But what'd you think of Deonna versus Jody?
Or like this. I liked their competitiveness with each other. I liked that Deonna brought out more of Jody, and Jody impressed Deonna. Yes, that's who it was.
That Isaac Yankum.
Yeah, you got me.
God, I couldn't think of the guy's name. Yeah. But go ahead.
It's a terrible habit. I don't recommend anybody to get into it. But yeah, that's really, I thought it was good, and shit got even gooder afterwards. He's from East Rutherford. Yep.
Yeah, and then almost the entire Knockouts locker room let out, including Jay Vidal.
Well, because that was at the end of the match, right? Obviously, Deonna served Jody Threat her first loss.
Yeah.
And then out came the Shawtarage.
It's a lovely name for that.
The Shawtarage. And then out a guy. It just seemed like everybody came out at that point, because then Jack Falls, and then the Coven, and then Killer Kelly and Masha, and then I think the last person out was Trinity.
Yes.
And then Trinity and Deonna went at it.
Right.
Rose, and they're gonna start not being so friendly in regards to their upcoming match against each other. So
I was a little surprised they started throwing some haymakers at each other, because they've been pretty chill with each other, and I don't
too chill for Deonna.
Well, yeah. Well, she was probably pretty fired up with everything that was going on, so she just probably had to. You get those nerves going, just keep swinging. I really don't blame her, and I'm not going to overthink this like, it's a heel move. Now she's a heel again. No, she's champ.
Well, it's like
she's defending her territory, you know.
I'm that asshole who always says is that just they don't have to be a heel versus face every time. It could be two faces, it could be two heels. I think these two could tell a really interesting two baby face against each other kind of story.
Yeah. It's two phenomenal wrestlers.
Yeah.
And Trinity's proved that since day one stepping in this company.
I'm really happy for her.
Yeah. I think it was just a matter of time. And we could just consider this part of the preview too. Well, we got to talk about Coach for 2 seconds, I suppose. But damn, I ain't gonna be mad if Trinity wins because I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
You know? So
there's a lot of momentum. Obviously, Deonna, 3-time champ, could go either way, but it feels like it could be Trinity's time. Now, once again, it's not. I wouldn't say it was a hot shot. It was faster, but it wasn't immediate. But her momentum's so high right now, it's almost like if you don't ride it, then that could be the worst decision you make.
Yeah.
Then you get a cool down.
You got to bank on this
and
situation.
You want to ride it, yeah. Because that's going to grow the eyes. I know, and that's speaking of. I know there was a lot of talk, I guess, the last couple days. Where is this the main event? I'm sure it's a double main event. But who's going on last? And everybody wanted to know who was going on last.
Yeah.
So either way, it's going to be fine because we know the knockouts have main evented a lot of the pay-per-views lately, which for just reason. They deserve it. I think the great thing about Impact is it doesn't matter. Anything can really main event shows. It can be a world title. It could be the men's title. It could be the knockouts title. It could be, hey, go X title, go tag title. So either way, but that Trinity one, that's going to be, and then if we're right on the ending here, if it is EY returning in Team Canada, if that's not a fitting end to the paper. So either way, they're going to be fine. A Trinity celebration, potentially, or a Team Canada celebration to end the show could both be fantastic end moments of Slammiversary.
Yeah, I agree, but I also disagree with that scenario. But I understand what you're saying as far as like Eric coming back. It does feel big, but given the match that it's in, I'm not sure if it feels as big as a main event, you know, as far as a guest surprise or what have you. And I'm sure we'll learn more soon enough over the course of the weekend. You know, news will come out about.
If Nick Aldis wins the world title, that would be an interesting way to end the pay-per-view in Canada.
Ooh.
Unless Josh comes out. Because you set up Team Canada earlier in the night. And then Josh comes out. Not ready to compete, but is like the new member and challenges Aldis at Bound for Glory. He's like, I ain't ready yet, but I'm waiting for you at Bound for Glory.
I wouldn't be mad at this.
That'd be interesting.
I accept it.
My coach. My EY.
My captain.
What? Oh, boy. So, all right. Let's run down the card. Let me jump on the old event page. And a lot of stuff listed for the Fallout days, too. That sounds absolutely awesome. What? It does, doesn't it? Yeah, Oreo agrees.
Oh, and I saw someone mention Hardcore Country down there. She wrestled or is about to wrestle in France. So, return of Mickey imminent.
Hardcore Country.
Yeah, and it's just, time away, refreshes you, and you want to come back.
Here we go.
And have a plan.
One of my favorite commenters, Spells Boy here.
Uh-oh.
big supporter of the show. I think Nick Aldis wins the title, but Josh comes out to confront Aldis and quit trying to make Team Canada happen, Bill. It's not happening, Bill.
Oh, man.
Those boys got to keep me in line. He's still not buying it, even after the end card of the coach, Scott D'Amore.
It's
I
happening.
believe it. A
Calling
little
somebody.
more.
I
Come back
believe
from
in
the
this.
dead.
I believe in this more than I believe in Joe Hendry. So, bam.
That's really believing, J-Bone, because I saw you, and I will confirm, I saw you clapping your hands pretty fervently for Joe Hendry.
I think I used to, but now not so much. No, I'm
Not so much.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe Joe Hendry is going to lose to that stripper boy. That's what I believe in.
And then Kenny will do a little dance with a
bow tie, yeah. Right over the fallen Hendry. All right, here we go. Here's a card. Talk about this. We've got 6-person tag action. This is on the pre-show here. A couple pre-show matches. Death Dolls and Jody Threat versus Giselle Shaw. Giselle
the
Shaw.
Shawtaraj.
I was going to say Giselle. Who the fuck is that? Shawtaraj.
I was, yeah, because all this Shawtaraj talk, just effed me up there. Yeah.
Shawtaraj.
The Shawtaraj. Yeah. Jay Vidal, Savannah Evans, and Miss Shaw herself. All right.
As Critical Sting would say, Joe what?
Joe what? Joe what? So, Joe what?
Okay.
Tracy says, Joe Mama.
Weird. I assure you.
Oh, gotta love her. Mrs. Bone. All right. So, as we're going through this preview, or these previews, please put in the chat who you think is going to win. Next for the pre-show, we've got who we were just talking about. Mr. Digital Media Championship himself, Joe Hendry, defending against Kenny King. Now, here it says the Sheldon Jeans is going to be in his corner. But after what happened tonight,
I hope be in his corner.
Is he? Wait, Bill, what? Are you gonna jump the railing and you're gonna be there for Kenny King?
I'm always there to support Kenny King, the 2-time X Division champion, maybe the most underrated wrestler in Impact Wrestling.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can, bypass the whole, permission thing from Tommy Dreamer, and we'll see if we can make that happen for you. All right.
But I would like Kenny to win, but I don't think Kenny's going to win. I think Joe Hendry is going to hold on this time.
Oh,
but
I think it's time for the King.
Return of the King.
Oh, absolutely. It's time.
I wouldn't be against it. I'm going to be rooting for Kenny.
Yeah, it just feels like it's the time, And not that I don't like Joe. It just, the gimmick's just getting kind of, All right, on to the main card here. We've got the Knockouts Tag Title match. The Coven defending against Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly.
I knew.
Oh, I'd be shocked if we don't get new tag champs out of this.
This feels like one of the more confident picks of the night here.
Right. And a lot of these I'm indifferent about. But this one feels...
these are titles that have changed hands fairly often in the past. Covenant has had them for a while, but it feels like that Kelly Masha dynamic they're really pushing. So it would make sense. And everyone keeps saying they need more knockout tag teams. You got one right here.
Boom.
So let's run with it here.
Yeah, and a very strong one to boot. This one could run till the end of the year, depending on people coming, people going, you never know. So let's see what happens there. Ultimate X match. And this is for the number one contendership, right?
So they'll be for the Big X.
Yeah, the Big X. Mike Bailey, Speedball, versus Jonathan Gresham versus Kushida versus Kevin Knight versus Alan Angels. This one's tough. It really is.
Yeah, I could go almost any way. Obviously, if Kushida wins it, then he's going to be sticking around for a bit, which would be nice to see.
There's a little back and forth between New Japan and Impact, which is fine. It's a solid.
Or obviously, after a promo tonight, maybe it'll be Celestial. Maybe it's written in the stars, J-Ben.
Oh. Alicia loves that.
I don't love it so much as I'm highly entertained by the way that he said it.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got quite a few votes for Angels in the chat there.
I think it could be anybody.
Yeah, it feels like it could be.
Although
Gresham feels like a nice call too. Although could you have it set up where the winner of this match fights for the X, like especially if it's Kevin Knight or Kushida faces the X Division champion at the Multiverse.
Perhaps.
Because there's two technical New Japan guys in this match.
Yeah.
So it set up a nice New Japan versus Impact dynamic.
Yeah. And when is that show happening, Bill?
That's happening in late August. The third week of August. I guess the 21st.
Okay. So about a month away.
Yeah.
Give or take a little. All right. And that's a great amount of time to set that up.
Mm.
And you got the Chicago.
But it's like you gotta, but by the time you get to Chicago, you're going to be putting the finishing touches on it. So, but I feel like you gotta hint at Slammiversary and through the fallout, a lot of that card.
Yeah. Which I've heard CM Punk is going to show up again in Chicago because he loves him. So.
Probably. What else is he doing, J-Punk? Ain't like he does anything on Saturday nights.
Well, yeah. I've heard he's been trying to do his best rendition of that classic Elton John song. All right, next we've got Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian versus Eddie Edwards, but it's not just it's serotonin.
That's right.
Serotonin and wife versus Eddie Edwards, Alicia, and Lish. Yes.
During this whole conversation about Team Canada.
Yes.
And now you mentioned serotonin.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody that crossed both of these.
I know.
Because
he should
Johnny
be there
Divine.
too. Yeah. He should be there
serotonin.
too. Serotonin.
Mr. Raven.
Just if it does do my Team Canada dream.
It's almost like a fever dream that was a Raven flock. That was a rendition of a Raven
it almost kind of was. Like that it was a knockoff flock, serotonin.
It was his last attempt at one before he left the company, right? I believe.
It was good.
Yeah.
Because it was Frankie and who was the other guy?
Michael Bentley?
Sane?
Yeah, Matt Bentley. Johnny Divine.
Michael
and
Sane,
Johnny Divine.
Yeah.
But they had different names, like for it, but I only remember Kaz. Kazarian's was just Kaz.
Kaz, yeah. Kaz. But then that stuck because he was just Kaz for a while. Serotonin for a long time.
It's stuck forever.
Yeah,
I still just call him Kaz.
He was Kaz almost all the way through Fortune.
Yeah. I followed him on MySpace. Jesus. So long ago.
Hey, it wasn't GeoCities. So
what?
More modern.
All right, so the wives are getting involved in this one. I can't wait for this cat fight.
And this was my question on the Zoom call earlier to Eddie Edwards. I asked him, so Eddie, you got Lish on the outside. You got Tracy on the outside. Are they going to get involved in this match? He seems to think they will. But Lish, you can't mess with Lish. She's hardcore. So
you can't mess with Tracy.
Well. His point was Tracy hasn't been around a ring in a while. Lish is she was doing a DDT a week ago on the outside to Frankie.
We don't know what Frankie and Tracy do behind closed doors.
None of our business. Don't even finish that.
No, wait. J-Bo just mentioned that, and I saw somebody sneak in.
WrestleMania.
You guys
he stopped eating his spaghetti and wanted to know what J-Bo was talking about.
That picture is just so unnatural looking.
He's got no neck.
I meant that Kaz might be helping his wife get back into ring shape. And that's all I meant. You shush over there.
I agree. So, I think that Lish and Tracy are going to beat each other's asses.
There's going to be some chairs thrown. I got a feeling that it's going down. Somebody's going through a table.
Someone's getting hit with a kendo stick.
Hell yeah. Kendra, the kendo stick.
Or Kenny. Don't forget, they each have one.
Well, yes, but I mean,
his and hers.
I don't think. See,
nothing says I love you like beating your enemies with his and her kendo sticks. Kenneth and Kendra.
But would she really borrow her husband's? I believe she would bring her own to the ring.
Yes.
I think
I'm just saying, what if Eddie swings the kendo stick? That's just what I meant.
Okay? So
that's my saying. What's yours is mine. What's mine is mine.
Yeah, that's exactly what she just said. Yep.
Yep.
So maybe she'll bring both down and be like, "What's up?"
I do. Yeah. Whatever. That comment went by too fast, but I think I'm going to agree that Kazarian's going to get the win on this.
For serotonin.
For serotonin. For my serotonin.
for serotonin purposes only.
Because it is quickly decreasing.
Because we don't usually get predictions out of Alicia.
Because I don't like to make them. I don't fantasy book. I'm not a nerd.
Nerd. Oh,
Nerd.
whatever.
Nerd. Fucking dweeb.
You're the biggest nerd of the show.
I am. I go to Ren Fairs and I play Dungeons and Dragons. So factual. I just don't like it because I like to be surprised. Like I am one of those rare fans that doesn't need to know the ins and outs of every fucking move that everybody makes, and I just like to enjoy wrestling and have a drink or two.
Yes.
As a fan. That's all we're doing here is being fans. We're not anybody.
We're not armchair booking shit to the point where we're going to just, throw our TV sets if something doesn't happen, And yes, those people are out there and, just toss them a straitjacket and call it a night. But, we're doing this for fun. Remember, we don't work for Impact Wrestling.
We're fans. It is true, though. We do have to reiterate that, like, every show because people are
several times. Scott DeMar call me. Impact World Tag Team Title 4-way. We have Subculture versus OVE versus Moose and Myers versus Bang Bang, the Bullet Club.
OVE.
What?
Shit bias. Oh, no, I mean the Bullet Club. I don't know who's going to win this. I don't know. It's just Impact the way they put. They always got to foreshadow shit, and I get the vibe that they're not going to be champs for much longer. So I would rather see OVE in that position, but it's so weird to say OVE. I guess I'll just say Swann and Callihan.
Are you saying OVE is going to take over everything?
Thumbs up. No thumbs down.
Oh,
no.
Speaking of, happy birthday to Jake Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Speaking of OVE.
Did Impact wish him a happy birthday? No, because he doesn't work for the damn company, son bitch.
That was a leading question, counselor.
I'm sorry. Would you like a hamburger? All right. Yeah, I want the Bullet Club to win here.
ABC.
But honestly, there's something about Moose and Myers that's starting to click with me. I don't know what it is, but and there's a little bit of comedy in there too, underlying. I don't know. We'll see.
Former tag team champion Brian Myers.
There's absolutely going to be some shenanigans in this one. Like Subculture has what's her name that comes to the ring with them?
Was it Danny
Luna, I believe. No, not Luna Vachon. No. So, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if she got involved somehow, some way. And this isn't elimination either. This is just going to be bonkers.
Although people are wondering, when's it going to be the good hands time? Where are the good hands?
They may screw Moose and Myers out of this.
There might be a double screwing. Troubles screwing?
That sounds
a couple people are getting screwed. That's what I mean.
That sounds like a definition of an orgy.
I'm tired. We gotta go.
All right.
It's night time.
X Division title on the line. We're almost done. X Division title on the line. Chris Sabin defending against the Bad Child, so he calls himself now. Lio Rush. Could be match of the night. Just saying.
Could be.
I think I'm just going to safely say that will be match of the night.
Okay.
Agreed. I think that will be match of the night, and I have a feeling, a premonition, if you will, either the era of the machine guns will continue or a new suit-wearing, title-wearing crew with Nick and Leo will be adorning our television screens. I think if the X Division is maintained by Sabin, that will speak to Shelley retaining. If Sabin falls, I think that's much more likely that Alex also falls.
Interesting.
Play the main event Mafia music.
Oh, no. Just as long as it's not Booker T, damn it. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this. I'm indifferent. I love the fact that Chris Sabin is still killing it, as top of the X division. Leo Rush getting thrown in the mix with this. Not complaining at all. He is a tremendous, just to the roster, he is a tremendous addition to the roster. So I'm good with either one, honestly. Scott D'Amore is returning to the ring. We got a special enforcer, Darren McCarty, for this match. Bully Ray. And a new tag team partner, because Steve Macklin sadly was injured in the Down Under series that happened recently down in Australia. And Scott D'Amore lost his partner as well. Right, Oreo?
ECO.
Thought she was coming up here. So, yeah, they roasted the hell out of PCO. He is extra crispy somewhere and just, I don't know, simmering in some grease. Horrible menu item. So the fact that Diener is now Bully Ray's partner, and we had that little segment, which we've already discussed, that was at the end of tonight's episode. Are we going to get Team Canada also could be a former opponent of, well, what became an opponent of Diener, former tag team partner too. So there's a lot of underlying little things here. So
should be exciting.
Yeah, should be.
I can see you now, J-Bone. Bully Ray doing Bully Ray things. In the end, ditching Diener. Diener gets Canadian destroyed by the coach.
Yep.
And then pile drived by EY for a Canada 1, 2, 3.
You are going to be waving that flag proudly, aren't you?
Oh, I will. But Bell's Boy will not be happy. He is not employed by Impact Wrestling.
Jeez Louise, he says. He says he has.
I should have a sign. Jeez Louise. What's going on here?
So, yeah, a lot of fun. Certainly a ton of shenanigans in that one. Knockouts World Title Dream Match, they're calling it here. Yeah, I'll give it that. Deonna Purrazzo defending her Knockouts World Championship against Trinity. A lot of people looking forward to this one, as we all are. You know,
give them 20.
And I'm good with a new champ. Honestly, I don't feel like if she literally came in and became champ like the weekend that we were there in Chicago, I'd be a little. Really? You guys are doing
that would
this
have
again?
been too soon.
Yeah,
on the debut would be too soon.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But I'm all for this, and she's proven herself. This isn't the first time. I mean, yeah, I'd say she's undefeated in the ring now, but it's been a significant win over her opponents. It hasn't been just little squash matches, one move, boom, done. No, she has absolutely proven herself in the ring. So, but
will you have your glow stick ready, J-Ben?
It is, yeah. Manny Bones actually has it in his lap. Yeah, I told him to hang on to it. So I don't think it's glowing much anymore, but I can wiggle the non-glowing stick. Yeah. So let us know in the chat who's winning. We're getting a hashtag and new, or are we getting the Virtuosa retains? Epic main event for the Impact World title. Alex Shelley defending against Nick Aldis. This certainly, in my opinion, is his biggest foe to date. The Macklin match that was down under was an amazing match, even though it was painful to see Macklin get hurt. That was an amazing match.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see a longer reign for Alex Shelley. I feel like he deserves it. I don't want him to be a transitional, champ, which honestly, that's what it feels like if he loses here. I feel like he's better than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Agree.
I don't disagree with that. He has surpassed Chris Sabin's run as world champion already, which was a transitional type run. Although right now, I'd like to see him retain, but I have a feeling he will not. Because I feel this is going to, once again, you might want to hold your ears if you don't like what I'm about to say, but I feel this faction, main event mafia style, with titles, going against maybe a new Team Canada, some stable wars going on in the Bound for Glory, feels like what I envision happening.
So you think we're going to see like a Leo Rush / Aldis / fill in the blank for like a new stable or something like that?
I could see that. And the thing is, you got to remember here, right now, looking at Impact, a lot of faces as champions, especially if Trinity wins. That's all faces. And usually the most common thing is to have a heel as champion for a while, to have the faces go after it. So I think, especially with Josh's return at some point, you have to have a heel up at the top. And who's that going to be? Like, it makes no sense for him to take the title off Alex Shelley.
Yeah.
But like a Nick Aldis leading a stable of swarmy, arrogant, as Mr. Anderson would say, a-holes, would be a fitting one if Steve Macklin is not available.
And if they're going to do that, they got to bring back the full, like, change his music to the classic main event Mafia.
Oh, yeah. That's my goal, is just to hear the main event Mafia theme song. That's what I'm here for.
A little bit of nostalgia.
One of the best themes. One of the best themes.
With a special appearance from Kurt.
Hey, I'll never say no to Kurt Angle.
One quick question, and then we'll pretty much wrap this up. Who was in the main event Mafia when Magnus was?
All former champions, J-Bone, including Bully Ray. Bully Ray is a existing member.
Okay, but then was this version 2?
Well, he was still in there when it was Booker T, Scott Steiner, Sting. Because he was like the one new champion.
And I think Samoa Joe was like the odd one of the first bunch, like the up and comer, wasn't he? Something.
Oh wait, we got Bell's Boy with a super sticker.
Thank you.
The British Invasion. All this subculture Joe Hendry will come back before Team Canada ever will. Jimmy Kermis, goodbye and good night, bag.
Hey, that's an option too, but I don't want to jump down that rabbit hole for that discussion. But yeah, that's.
But we did have a question earlier that I am also interested in. Okay. Bonus Baby asked for Alicia. How was the butter bar?
Butter bar.
last week you talked about having a butter bar.
Oh, the butter bar. It was really good. From the bakery. Yeah, it was amazing. I still have no idea what the hell was in it. I just assumed it was butter. But it was great.
There you go.
Nice. All right. Well, that pretty much does it. Any final thoughts going into this weekend, crew?
Enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a big time of
Slammiversary.
year for Impact. Yeah, it's an anniversary, Slammiversary.
J-Boat, are you anticipating any live reaction? We're talking about doing a review, but any live reaction at all? Or how are you planning to watch?
Let me see how my Saturday's gonna go. I don't know if do we have plans, babe?
I won't be home, so.
No? Okay. I'm not sure if we're gonna have plans or what's all going on, but if we're free, then I absolutely will do a live reaction followed by a review, which anybody can jump in the live reaction. I know Alicia and her man Stefan have jumped in from time to time. Maybe we'll see if Truck's free, or hey, maybe even a scumbag. You never know, folks. You never know.
I actually saw a message while we were airing this from the scumbag. He's at a concert.
Oh boy.
Action Bronson. For the kids.
Fuck, that's delicious. And Ancient Aliens.
What the hell is that?
So his version, Action Bronson's version of Ancient Aliens, is him and his crew, and sometimes Rob Van Dam, Sabu, and some other guys getting baked more than a chocolate cake, okay? And watching Ancient Aliens on a big screen, and it's a green screen. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's something stoners watch.
So it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000 high.
No.
No? Okay.
Like, if it was good, I guess it would be considered like that, but it's just a bunch of stoners. I mean, halfway through the thing, they get distracted. They're not even watching the show. Like, they're just playing with, like, some rewind button. I don't know. It gives me ADD.
That sounds like something I do. And I'm sober, so that
But, you know, Rob Van Dam and Sabu and stuff are on it, so that's fun.
Just enjoy Paul on Saturday. Good luck.
Oh, good luck,
Enjoy that.
Paul. Good luck, Paul. My favorite nephew has Special Olympics this Saturday. Well, good luck to you, and hope you kick ass. So, much love. So, and much love to everyone who stopped in here tonight. Make sure on your way out,
Full house.
yes, it was. Great crowd tonight. Great crowd. Lovely crowd. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Make sure you check out all the links in the description, including our manscaping. Go to manscaped.com, get 20% off and free shipping. The code
You know, probably
is down there.
is a big Manscaped user, I'm thinking.
Oh,
Stripper Kenny.
Oh, you know he is.
He could be the spokesman for Manscaped.
Right. I'm sure he's
See?
got all the undies.
Joe Hendry, that's a cash cow right there.
Don't know him.
Don't mess with the Manscaped boys. All right. We're out of here. Much love, everyone. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. See you soon, folks. Have a great weekend.